Hi, Kat here. Welcome to A Card Kat Made. Crafty Critta sent me this super fun pack of toner foiling goodies and some designer papers to play with. So I thought I'd turn the camera on, have a little play and make a couple of cards. Let me show you through what they've sent me. So there's this beautiful pack of all space backgrounds. They're all rainbowy and beautiful, and they even have this cut apart sheet that will be super handy. Then there's some paint dribbles in pastel colours, which I think is gorgeous. Some stars and space type backgrounds, and happy birthday sentiments. You can never have enough happy birthday sentiments, I swear. And then we have this beautiful hearts silver foil. So it's all holographic and makes some really nice reflections. So I pre-cut down some bits to size that I wanted to use, just save a bit of time. And here I realised, why open up a new roll when I've got one in my box of foils just behind me? So turn around, grab my existing roll, and then I don't have to take any stickers off. And I've got a fresh roll sitting there to use. I chose to do one of the cards with the designer papers and make it all spacey and use some of the cut aparts that they had on that in that pack. And the other one I am doing completely not spaced theme to show how just because something's in a pack in that theme doesn't mean that you have to use it that way. You can use things however you want to get the results that you want from them. So always do a dusty to make sure there's no dust particles or cat fur or any of that sort of stuff getting in the way, which I'll show you a little thing later where I may have made a mistake, but we'll get to that. I'm also using the Silver Hollow rainbow foil. It's one of my favourites, and so for stars and stuff like that, I just always gravitate towards it. There's a few foils that I say are my favourites, but the holographic foil really is high up there. That, the rainbows, and the black. I adore black foil because it's just so simple to use, and on things with silhouettes, it works so perfectly. So that was just me checking that the happy birthday fit in my little bit down the end, and it did. I'm not going to run it through at the same time just because I don't want anything slipping and affecting how it foils, so I'll put the card panel through, or the background through first, and then I'll just run the happy birthday through separately afterwards. Didn't that turn out so nicely? So I love how the little hearts, you might not be able to see that they're hearts on the spots, but because they have these beautiful little sections that make the light refract in different ways, and I really like it. I'm just pressing against my glass mat because it's cold, and you can see here I got a piece of cat fur in the middle of my thing. So even though I dusted, I still got some cat fur there because my cat jumped up on my lap just before I started the video. Luckily, what I'm planning on doing with the card, I already knew that there's another piece going over that, so it makes no difference whatsoever to what I had planned. And I'm still actually keeping the waste foil because even though it does have that little bit where it didn't foil properly in the middle, it will still reverse foil great. So clean up and back, ready to put cards together. So I just use the art glitter glue. I find it works really well. Stays almost bendable, so that like if your card gets bent at all, the glue's not going to snap off and your things aren't going to go flying or anything like that. I like it. Showing you where I just cut that from that piece of paper there. The dies on this pack are they're all waffle flower dies. Actually, I just realised they're all from the one brand. I got the Hugs one for free when I bought some stuff. I love it. It's just a nice, bold, fun sentiment that I think works for so many different cards. I adore hummingbirds. They remind me of my mum, so anything hummingbirds, I get sucked in and buy that. This is actually a 3-layer die, but I'm only using the base layer and ink blended them to make them pretty. You can use them in so many ways. So I just pop them on there, and then the butterflies are from a different pack of Crafty Critta designer paper. Whenever I have scraps, I sit down and I cut out butterflies, hummingbirds, dragonflies, balloons, all things that I can use in the future, and I just pop them into a little baggie in my stack of drawers so that they're there ready to go whenever I need it. So this card was just one of those ones that I sat down and thought, oh, that background will look nice. Oh, I need a sentiment. I'll cut that one out. And then I opened my drawer, grabbed some pre-cut die cuts and was ready to go. And I really, really like how this card turned out. It's just sweet and has the right amount of bling, and it was so easy and fast to put together. Hope you like it. And then in a minute is where I start to get messy. It's really a good thing that I put this one together first, because I don't know if I'd made it second if it would have still been white at the end. So doesn't that foil look fantastic? And Crafty Critta did all the work to make it so easy for me. Now we get some inks out and have some fun. Now, ink colours, I believe that was suede shoes, and then Uptown is what I'm using next. I'll just get my inks out and check, because I'm going to pull some more out, so I'll tell you colours. So if you're wondering what that rattling noise is, that's my boxes of inks and me pulling them out of my drawer. I did have something borrowed but didn't use it because the suede shoes looked perfect. And there I have pulled out, what did I pull out? I pulled out Tiki Torch, Party Dress, Flirty Fuchsia, and then I pull out Limoncello, but I don't show it on camera for some reason. I get to the end of doing all this blending and realise I should have really had a yellow in there as well. So I pull one out, but I never actually put it on my glass mat, which makes it hard to tell people what I used. I just go through the rainbow, kind of in rainbow order, so I did green first, then blue, purple, onto pink. From pink I go to orange, and then I pull out the yellow, which I blend back into green. My brushes are just off to the right there. Just keep them in a pen holder off to the right so that I can grab them whenever they're needed. I love how easy Crafty Critta have made it for me to make such beautiful cards, because I don't really have to do much work and I have beautiful stuff at the end of it. I find it really hard to just wipe up ink on my desk. Do you have that problem? Do you try and use up your leftover ink for making backgrounds or pieces of paper you can die cut in the future? I do a lot of it. I don't every time, but I do regularly make sure that I saved those little bits and pieces. Just cleaning my fingers so that I don't leave smudges on stuff while I'm working, and give the foil a little wipe down so that it comes back to shiny and doesn't have the ink sitting on top. And I just picked a piece of my microfiber cloth that wasn't dirty or wet. It's always good when something that an image you had in your head actually starts coming together. Now, I probably used a little bit too much glue on the background. You can actually see that coming through. I normally use a tape roller when I'm doing pieces with lots of foiling on them, just because I find that I'm not going to get any little bits show up, but it only shows up while it's drying. Once it's dry, it's not there anymore. So it's just one of those things that you can see a little bit while it's drying on camera, but then it's fine. Now I put some little glossy accents on these as well as some stickles. So the stickles are on the light coming down from the UFO and also on the little alien's eyes. I thought I'd make them glittery. The different stickles for each of them, because one of them I thought needed to be yellowy and the other one I wanted to be blue. Sorry. And then we just pop this cute little alien. It was adorable, so I thought it needed to be there. Pop it down. I thought about popping them up on some foam squares, but I decided not to, and to just do that on the hugs one. And make this one a nice flat one so that it mails easily. And yeah, I forgot to tape it down to the card base, and there was a tape roller sitting right next to me and I couldn't be bothered reaching across and getting my glue again. So I used my tape roller. And there we go. 2 fun cards in barely any time. And they show how versatile the backgrounds and designer paper from Crafty Critters can be. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely day.